Why is it that some people become fluent in Arabic within a year or two, while others spend years and still struggle to speak? I've asked myself that question for a long time. I've seen students memorize words, follow every rule, study for long, and still freeze the moment they try to talk. And after more than a decade of teaching, I realized it all comes down to one thing. It's not talent, it's not intelligence, it's not even how long you study, it's how often you're exposed to Arabic and actually use it in a meaningful way. The people who become fluent are the ones constantly interacting with Arabic, listening, responding, thinking in it every single day. That's what I call consistent activation. So in this video, I'll show you how to create a customized daily routine that can build conversational fluency over time and possibly within a year if you stay consistent. First off, you need to understand all the factors that directly affect your fluency, because not everything that helps you learn Arabic will actually help you speak Arabic. If you've only got 1 year, you can't afford to waste your time on what's just important to know for general Arabic knowledge. You need to focus on what directly pushes you towards fluency. That starts with practical examples of input in your daily life. Think of that in 3 categories: listening input, like Arabic podcast, short Arabic clips; reading input, like graded readers, simple stories, simple news articles; and interactive input, like conversation with someone who speaks Arabic, or even AI tools like ChatGPT. Input is the foundation of fluency. Without it, there's nothing to output, nothing to express. But here's what most people miss. For input to lead to fluency, it has to be comprehensible input. That means it has to be Arabic that you can mostly understand, even if you don't get every single word of it. Aim to understand about 80 to 95% of what you read or hear. If you understand much less than that, it becomes discouraging. And if you understand much more, it slows your progress. It's like lifting weights. If it's too light, you don't grow. If it's too heavy, you burn out. If you can't follow the story or topic because you don't understand too many words and the visuals or context don't help you fill in the gaps, then it's not really comprehensible input. And at that point, you've got 3 choices. You either switch to something easier that you can mostly understand, or do a bit of traditional study to build the foundation you need, or pause and break the material down. Look up the words and phrases you don't know until the meaning clicks. Start with materials designed for beginners, things made to be easy to understand from day one. For example, graded Arabic readers that have limited vocabulary, or Arabic textbooks that explain vocabulary and grammar before or after introducing a dialogue or comprehension passage. And that way, when you go through it, you actually understand what's happening instead of guessing. By the way, if you don't know where to get graded Arabic resources, I'll drop some links below, so make sure to check them out. Now that you know how to get your input, the next part of your routine is output. For instance, talking to someone regularly about your day in Arabic or any other topic that you care about. The secret to fluency here is to ensure that you give yourself no option but to do it consistently. If you don't have anyone to talk to, ChatGPT can help, or you could get into a habit of writing a few short sentences in a journal about how your day went. If you get stuck on anything, learn how to say it and progressively ensure you're able to express yourself for longer. These small actions make output feel real and doable. Most people think of output as the result of fluency, but it's also part of the process. The more you produce Arabic, the better you get at producing it. But again, it has to be the right kind of output, what I call meaningful output. Meaningful output means that you're not just repeating lines or grammar drills. You're using Arabic to express something you actually mean. So when you describe yourself, summarize something you've learned, or tell a short story, that's meaningful output. Grammar drills teach rules, but meaningful output sharpens your Arabic reflex. Targeted grammar drills are necessary for accuracy and for appreciating the depth of the Arabic language. They just shouldn't be your main focus for fluency. If you want to build fluency, your routine should balance comprehensible input and meaningful output. Let's make that more practical. And I've seen students go from zero to short, meaningful conversations within months using this approach. So it's definitely doable. If you're a beginner, start with something simple like the comprehension passages from your Arabic textbook. Read each paragraph slowly until you understand the main idea. Then restate it in your own words in Arabic. That single exercise already covers both input and output. Repeat this for the full passage. The key here is repetition, because as you reread and restate, your brain starts recognizing not just words, but patterns and how everything fit together to form ideas. That's what fluency really is, not just knowing words, but knowing how to use them. If you're at an intermediate level, you can also use your Arabic textbook this way, but add some harder input, short stories, podcasts, or videos that are mostly understandable to you. Then apply the same process. Read your input, understand it, and summarize. And also you have to do a weekly review to check how much you remember. Skim your passages, retell them in your own words, and note any forgotten words or phrases. This consistent review enables you to retain your input. And if you feel like I'm just so busy, I don't have time for all of this, then here's how you could structure a 30 minutes daily routine. 20 minutes for comprehensible input, listening or reading, and 10 minutes for meaningful output on the same topic that you've read or listened to by speaking or writing. And ensure that you block 30 minutes in the week for just reviewing everything you've input in that week. It's as simple as that. You can adapt the timing to your energy and schedule, but the key is daily consistency. Now that you know how to go about your input and output, you also need to know how to track your progress. To do that, you focus less on how many words you memorized, but more on how well you can express the topics you have input in your own words. Does the same material become easier to understand when you review it? How many sentences can you understand without having to pause and break down the material? How easy do you find it to talk to anyone about those simple topics that you've just read or listened to? These give a more comprehensive assessment of your progress than just focusing on vocabulary lists. So let's recap your fluency building routine. First, focus on comprehensible input. Next, make sure you practice meaningful output. Then do weekly reviews for retention and track your progress. And lastly, but the most important of all, make sure that you stay consistent, because every small, consistent step compounds into visible fluency gains. Over time, you realize that the more your comprehensible input, the better you understand, and the better you can express yourself. The more you express, the easier it becomes to express even more. Imagine yourself a year from now speaking Arabic naturally and confidently with others. Just 30 minutes a day. It adds up to more than 180 hours a year, enough to reach conversational ability if each minute is intentional. Yes, fluency in Arabic takes time, but this routine keeps you moving forward every single day. So set aside your time and make it a steady part of your day. By the way, if this video helped you, I started a free community for anyone learning Arabic. It's where I share resources, tips, and answer questions personally. You can find the link below, and we'll see you inside.